I sold one of my companies today, and I want to give you guys 5 tips. And I've actually sold 2 companies now. So I want to give you 5 tips on what I've learned, what you guys should consider if you're going to sell your business. 1, think really hard if you actually want to sell your business, because once you sell your business, what are you going to do right after? Do you already have a significant income that you have coming in from, different investments you've made, different businesses that you own? And if you do, then great, maybe I'd consider it. But if you don't and you have to start something from scratch, I would highly consider maybe not selling unless it were to be over $3 million, something that would be life-changing money, something that you could live off technically for the rest of your life. 2, in the early stages of you growing a business, you should know if you're building that company to sell or if you're never going to sell that business and you're not entertaining any offers. I say that because if you're a business owner running a company and you don't really pay yourself very well and you're trying to zero out at the end of the year, basically what's going to happen is when you go to get that company valuated, that's technically going to hurt you. Now, if you took a strong income and you knew you were going to sell it, you had strong profits, and you just kind of bit the bullet and paid the taxes, technically you're going to have a higher valuation on paper because it's going to look very, very healthy. So I would know that before you start. 3, whenever you sell this business, right, or you're looking to sell it, you're probably going to go to a broker, and any experience I've had with a broker hasn't been great. It doesn't mean that there's not great ones out there, just my experiences haven't been great. And I wouldn't put a down payment down for somebody to sell your business. Like, I think I had to pay a deposit of like $2,500 or something, and I wouldn't pay that. I'd probably try to negotiate that to 0. Otherwise, I just wouldn't do it. On top of that, I would not pay 10% for somebody to sell my business unless they were like, really provided a lot of value to me. I'd try to negotiate that down as well. And on top of that, I would make sure that I wouldn't sign a contract for 12 months for them being the only person that can sell my business. Because what if I find my own buyer on my own, right? Why should I bring them into the deal and have to pay them 10%? If you sell a company for $1 million, that's $100,000 that would cost you. So I would say 3 to 6 months. If not, negotiate no contract. Hey, try to sell my business. That's what I would do. Number 4, this is a really good one. If you're going to sell your business, for multiple 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, whatever, you're either going to need to find somebody who's really, really liquid to buy that business, which in most cases, they're not going to want to use their money. So they're going to need to get financing. They're going to need to get loans. So I would not try to sell my company within 3 years of starting it from scratch, because you're not going to have access to SBA lending. So basically anything under that 3 years, most likely you'll be dealing with seller financing deals. Number 5, I would try to find a buyer or have in mind a potential buyer before you even start the business, right? Like, just kind of have an idea. I'm not saying, John Smith needs to buy it before you even start, but we did a job for a guy who bought and sold businesses, and that's what he told me was almost have the person in mind. Even get a contract written up if you can from somebody. Hey, if I do this, will you purchase the company from me for this? That's what he did personally. I probably would never do that, but I would at least want to have an idea of who's going to buy the business, right? Maybe that's private equity. Maybe that's another owner in the industry. You kind of want to have an idea before you actually start. Hopefully those tips helped. I'm no crazy expert or anything. I'm a 24-year-old kid just trying to learn and improve from my mistakes. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you have any comments or questions, just drop them below.